The number of internet cafes has been massively declining in recent years, especially after the COVID. Most major districts like Shibuya or Shinjuku still got many, but other than that, I can clearly see the decline as a resident here. For the reasons, just like any other industry, they suffer from severe worker shortage, rising costs, and rising land price as well, depending on the area. And that's especially true in Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. Secondly, not many people need to go there for the internet or comic books either, as it became easily accessible on their smartphone or tablet. And today, only one corporation dominates the industry sales-wise. The rest of the smaller companies or chains are all facing slump in sales and going bankrupt. To be fair, any other type of business that used to be popular, for example ramen shops, also face the consequence by the same reasons in a current economy. But especially the decline of internet cafes could be affecting many people in poverty, as they use it as a safety net or most affordable option. So if the number keeps down to the point where they can't use it anymore, where are they gonna go? And how are they gonna survive winter season like now?
ネットカフェで生き残っていくってのはほぼ無理だと思います。利用するユーザー層がこの20年でガラリと変わったんですよね。大手以外は生き残れないんじゃないですかね。
Internet cafes started to be booming in 90s, and revenue-wise was at the peak in 2000s, when still few people had a high-speed internet access at their homes. It was quite expensive and slow, so going to internet cafes was quite necessary for various people. For instance, university students study there with high-speed internet, gamers playing online game, movie geeks go watch movies by DVDs, couple or friends hang out and chatting there, and business person work there to check their email or doing Skype. So there was a lot of demand for almost everyone, and used to be one of the most profitable business, especially given the fact that physical manga was still popular. So the combination really worked well, and genius idea. Adding free drink or snack alongside, we could spend all day without becoming bored. And I remember spending there used to be one of the most common hobbies among Japanese people, especially otaku. But at some point, the purpose of the user started to change, as you already know. First of all, physical manga is not so in demand today. Like I said, most people consume it through their smartphone, especially during the commute. And more people start to use it as a place to stay with a budget, which economically makes sense because at that time, the collapse of Lehman Brothers affected us a lot. More companies start to hire non-regular ones, which made the average salary going down. And the government policy like Abenomics didn't work. So poverty was rising and hidden homeless people increased a lot.
特に2010年あたり、ユーザーの目的が変わってきたってのが大きいです。インターネット目的じゃなくて、宿泊目的のお客さんが増えてきて、それで運営コストがかなり上がってしまったんです。いわゆるネットカフェ難民って言われる人たちが増えていってしまって、普通のお客さんからすると嫌ですよね。犯罪目的で利用されることも増えてきたこともあって、もう評判がどんどん落ちていった。
For instance, some people use it as a place to have sex, especially those women working the street bring the clients there, which is not only illegal but make the other customers stay away once the rumor spread. Some people starting cybercrime there, just in case IP address get tracked by the police. Not to mention more and more customers worry about security leaks. So all in all, the image of internet cafes might be getting worse. Though many people still use it, especially wealthy customer or business person may not want to go there, but those budget-conscious ones rather became the main customers, which business-wise really bad trend. Sales inevitably shrink.
低価格を求めるお客様が増えてしまった時点で、ビジネスとしてはかなり厳しい。サイバー犯罪に使われるケースも増えて、特に富裕層のビジネスマンたちからはもう評判が良くないですね。身分証を確認するような店舗が増えてきてますし、ネカフェ難民だろうと思われる人は、断ってしまうような店舗も出てきたんで、セキュリティ面っていうところで言うと、ある程度改善。
It's quite understandable people are not so comfortable, and that could affect your business a lot. But like I said, losing internet cafes could be equal to losing safety net for many. It's gonna be harder to find alternative, especially today. Renting keeps more and more expensive, and so do capsule hotels or pretty much any other type of accommodation. To be fair, if residents in net cafes finally seek help and apply for welfare, that would be great. But in reality, most of them probably still hesitate, as it's heavily stigmatized or socially ashamed, and you might get harassment in your neighborhood. Though recently some of the parliament members raising concern about it, things are not getting better yet.
生活保護って聞くと非常に何かずるいことやってる人たちが受けてるっていうような印象も結構強いんですよ。そんなことないです。 99.7% ぐらい適正受給でしょ。ほとんど適正受給なんですよ。悪いことやってないんです。必要だから受けてるんです。これがないと生きていけないんです。
This is what we are taught, the first and foremost, heavily ingrained into our mind from early age, to the point where we are too afraid of seeking help. So highly possible that residents in net cafes will be driven into sleeping on the street, and the government might not gonna help them as they don't even acknowledge the issue. As you know, they don't accurately count the number in the first place, pretending like we have only few. But we all know this is too good to be true, as most people in poverty try to hide their homelessness. Anyway, since the government doesn't even recognize it, there's not much measure or policy for the homeless people, especially for the young.
両親とかに頼るのが難しい状態なので、なかなかアパートとかも借りれないような。まあでも、他の人にホームレスとは思われたくないし、生活保護とかにも頼りたくなくて、ネットカフェに住んで生活している。で、カフェ難民嫌がるお店も増えてきて、だから違うお店をちょっと転々と、ネットカフェ以外に選択肢がないような状態ですかね。
Culture itself it honors self-reliance. So they don't want to look homeless. They don't want to look like, okay, I need help. Self-reliance is kind of like a society expectation. It's for you to carry yourself and to gambaru is one of the reasons why I believe it's hidden. When I first started this mission, I felt pushback, and a lot of people asked me, why are you helping them? You know, they had their chance. And then I realized, oh, maybe that's how it's viewed. Maybe that's how people are viewing homelessness in Japan.
ネットカフェの数がどんどん減っているじゃないですか。それがすごく不安になりますよね。住居の確保がすごい難しい、住む場所を確保できるような制度とか政策とかがあったらいいなとは